Hi sis, my name is Naomi Grace, and if you've been holding it all in, this space was made for you. This is Femme, a sacred space for women rebuilding after the storm, rising through healing, and walking in the full power of who God created them to be. And today, we're having a real conversation about something most of us were never taught: boundaries, especially in relationships. Now I know, that word can sound like rejection. It can feel cold, closed off, selfish. But sis, I need you to hear this. Boundaries are not walls, they're bridges to your peace, to your healing, to your God-given identity. Some of us were raised to overfunction, to give without limit, to serve until we're empty. We were told, be the bigger person, keep the family together. Don't talk back, don't talk loud, just keep the peace. But here's the truth, sis. Keeping peace should never cost you your wholeness. Let's go deeper. Proverbs 4:23 says, above all else, guard your heart, for it determines the course of your life. That's not a suggestion, that's a command. Your heart holds your purpose, your clarity, your spirit. God says protect it. But how can you protect something if you never learned how to say no? Some of us ignored the red flags. We made excuses. We stayed even when it drained us, because chaos felt familiar. We believed love was earned through endurance. We believed silence was strength. But sis, that's not love, that's survival, and you were not born to just survive. Let me remind you of something powerful. Jesus had boundaries. Yes, the Son of God, the most loving man to ever walk the earth, had limits. He didn't let everyone close. He withdrew to pray. He rested. He said no. He knew his assignment and didn't let guilt distract him. Luke 5:16 says, Jesus often withdrew to lonely places and prayed. So, if Jesus needed space, why do we feel guilty for needing the same? Let me say this plainly. You are not mean for creating space. You are not broken for needing clarity. You are not selfish for choosing peace. You are being wise. And wisdom is strength with boundaries. It's love with a backbone. Ephesians 5:25 says, husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. That's not control. That's not guilt. That's not manipulation. That's love that sacrifices, not love that silences. So if your relationship drains you, controls you, makes you question your worth, or punishes you for having needs, that's not your assignment. That's your wake-up call. Let's get practical. Here are 3 steps you can take today to begin building healthy, God-honoring boundaries. Step 1. Acknowledge what's hurting. Tell the truth. Stop minimizing your pain. What you won't face, you can't heal. Step 2. Define your peace. What do you need to feel safe, grounded, and heard? Write it down. Pray over it. Name it. Step 3. Create boundaries that protect that peace. You don't need to yell. You don't need to defend. You just need to say, this no longer works for me, and then honor it even if no one else does. Yes, people might leave, but listen to me. What God removes, He always replaces with better. You may lose a few phone numbers, but you'll gain your soul back. You'll stop second-guessing yourself. You'll sleep better. You'll breathe deeper. You'll stop shrinking to stay in places God never told you to stay. Let me leave you with this. I don't have to set myself on fire to keep others warm. 2025 is not the year you betray yourself to belong. This is the year you return to your voice, to your power, to your peace. And remember, solo doesn't mean small, it means unstoppable. Hit subscribe and your fearless journey continues right here. I'm Naomi Grace, and this is Femme.